Hi, dear children. Welcome to Social Science online class. Today, let us learn about ninth standard geography chapter Land Resources of Karnataka. In this chapter, Land Resources of Karnataka, you learn the pattern of land use in Karnataka, the importance and types of farming, understand the distribution of the important crops of Karnataka and their production. Karnataka is geographically well placed. It has varied physical features, soil, vegetation, minerals, water and groundwater resources. Land is the most important natural resources. The proper use of land enables the state's development. Land utilization. Use of land for various purposes is called land utilization. We use land for cultivation, forestry, pasture and other many purposes. Land utilization are included cultivable land, forest area, fallow land, land for residential purposes, land for construction of roadways, railways, dams, canals, barren land, land used for grazing purposes, etc. Proper utilization of land is the foundation for economic development. Karnataka has 19.5 hectare of geographical area. Pattern of land utilization in Karnataka. Net area zone. It includes land that can be used to cultivate crops. This category is very important for agricultural countries. The distribution of net area zone is not same all over the state. Gulbarga district has the largest area under cultivable land in the state. It is followed by Belgavi, Vijayapura, Tumkur, Raichur, Bagalkot, etc. Due to widespread of urbanization, Bengaluru district has the least net area zone. Uttara Kannada, Dakshina Kannada, Udupi and Kodagu have less cultivable land. Forest area. A large area of land covered with trees and undergrowth is called forest. It is generally extensive and commercial value. It consists of either natural or plant vegetation. Uttara Kannada district has large forest area. Shimoga, Chamarajanagar, Chikmagalur, Kodagu, Belgavi, Dakshina Kannada, Udupi, and Bala district also have a sufficient forest area. However, Vijayapura has least forested area. Even Bengaluru rural area, Raichur, Bidar and Gadag district have less forest area. Land not available for cultivation. This land is not used for cultivation but for other purposes like railroads, roads, residence, industry and irrigation project. In recent times, use of land for developmental purposes is increasing. Bengaluru urban district is stand first under land not available for cultivation. It is followed by Shimoga, Tumkuru, Belgavi, Mysuru districts. It is the least in Bidar district. Other uncultivated land. This land use consists of permanent grazing land, trees and groves. It is found largely in Shimoga, Tumkur, Kolar, Chikmagalur and Chitradurga district. It is least in Gadag, Bagalkot and Dharwad district. This land can be reclaimed and used for agriculture. Fallow land. Land which has not been cultivated for more than 2 or 3 years is called fallow land. Kalburgi district has the largest area as fallow land. It is followed by Raichur, Belgavi, Vijayapura, Koppal and Tumkur district. There is very little fallow land in Chikmagaluru, Kodagu and Mysuru district. Agriculture. The cultivation of the land for raising crops is called agriculture. It is also referred as tilling of the soil for raising food crops and raw materials needed by human beings. Now the term is also extended to animal husbandry, poultry, beekeeping and sericulture. Agriculture is one of the most important and ancient occupation of human beings. In India, nearly 65% of people depend on agriculture. In Karnataka, nearly 61.4% of people lives in rural areas and they depend on agriculture for their livelihood. Importance of agriculture. Agriculture is the one of the ancient and primary occupation of Karnataka. It is the main source of livelihood for many people. Agriculture is the backbone of our state economy. Economic process depends on agriculture. Agriculture provide employment to a large number of people. Agriculture provides food for the people and raw materials to the industries. They provide fodder for animals. Agriculture is a source of revenue to the state and to earn foreign exchange. Coffee, tea, spices, silk, tobacco, cotton are the agricultural products which are exported. Agriculture helps in the development of tertiary occupations like transport, banking, insurance, etc. Agriculture plays an important role in the political and social system of the state. Types of cultivation. Different kind of crops are grown in our agricultural land. There are many factors influence the type of crops grown on the land. Some of them are the size of land holding, land fertility, availability of water resources, amount of rainfall, climate, physical features, market facilities, and government policy. Based on these facilities, there are different types of farming. The important among them are subsistence farming, irrigation farming, dry farming, mixed farming, shifting cultivation, commercial farming, and plantation farming. Plantation farming refers to the cultivation of single crop on large estate for the market. Cultivation of a few annual crops on large estate for the purpose of earning money is also called plantation farming. Plantation farming requires more labors and capital. Tea, coffee, rubber, coconut, cocoa are the important plantation crops of our country. Commercial farming, a system of farming in which crops are grown for the market is called commercial farming. Crops that are grown not for the domestic market but also for the international market come under commercial farming. For example, tobacco, cotton, jute, etc. Under this type of farming, only cash crops are cultivated on a large scale. In commercial farming, farmers use small amount of labors, machinery, and scientific methods of cultivation. Subsistence farming. It is a type of farming in which the production of crops is consumed almost by the farmers and his family, leaving only a small portion for sale. The crops, which are grown by the farmers for home consumption and not for market, is called subsistence farming. This is an ancient type of cultivation. In this farming, farmers normally used primitive methods of cultivation. Mixed farming, agriculture involving the cultivation of crops and livestock rearing is called mixed farming. Nowadays, mixed type of farming is gaining popularity. In addition to growing crops, dairy farming, silkworm rearing, sheep rearing, poultry, beekeeping, fishery are taken up and it is called mixed farming. Dry farming, cultivation of crops which depend on rain is called dry farming. Ragi, jowar, oil seeds are the best example for dry farming. Irrigation farming, a method of farming under which crops are grown with the help of irrigation is called irrigation farming. Here, crops are grown by using water from canal, tanks or wells. Paddy and sugarcane are the main crops grown under irrigation farming. Intensive farming, a method of farming in which a large amount of capital and labors are applied per unit of land is called intensive farming. Under this type of farming, land is cultivated intensively throughout the year. Farmers try to raise 2 or more crops to get maximum production from small land holdings.